Good morning, all my peeps, all you wonderful people out there. I'm sorry that I was not going to record more videos. I forgot how nice you guys are. I received about 50 responses on my too embarrassed to record more videos video. And I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that you guys responded that way, because I had forgotten that that what you like about me is that I'm just me. I had forgotten that, and it was just it's really good of you to talk to me and tell me that the reason that you that you watched was because I was just me, and because I made mistakes, and that it was okay to make mistakes. And you know, it's amazing how much we forget. It's just amazing how small my memory part is for things like compliments. I think we women are like that. I think that it's like being told I love you. We have to be told every single day and hugged every single day. And I ask Willem sometimes, I'll say, why is it you love me? And once he said, I told you all that. I said, I know, I just need to hear it again. He said, well, I have nothing new to say. I said, well, don't tell me anything new, just tell me the same thing. And so he'll start with, well, because you're really sweet, and then because you love me, and but he does come up with, you're very creative, you're artistic. Anyway, so what I do is I stop him after one of those, and I say, okay, well, can you explain that? Like, I don't need a list of all the good qualities about me. I need to hear one quality and examples of what I did that time that was really good, that made you feel like you love me. Anyway, so he'll do that, and it's really good for me. But I was too far gone this time. It's amazing who you spend time with. If you spend time with somebody that, my sister once told me, spend time with people that make you feel good about yourself. And our children aren't always the ones that make us feel good about ourselves. That's why we have friends. Sometimes when people around us tell us things about ourselves that they're pointing out our negatives or focusing on it, maybe in a very helpful way, trying to help us to deal with something that to them is a major character flaw. But to us, it's just part of us. It's who we are, and it's okay. And if it's not a terrible sin, well, it's okay, It's just part of my personality. Or the way my brain is wired. People who are messy, habitually messy, people that are clean, come to them and say, clean it up. Be like me. This is easy. Just clean it. And people that are messy look at people that are clean and say, wow, it would be so nice to do that, to be that way. And yet, you can try. If you're a messy person, you can really try and work on it, but it's exhausting. It doesn't come naturally. It's just extremely exhausting. But you know what I found out once? I found out that I have ADHD, right? And you may think it's a crutch to tell myself that, but it's true. When I was first discovered that, I took Ritalin. This would be about 15 years ago or so. I took Ritalin, and I was amazed that my brain was just so clear. There were no amazing impulses, except one. I had to clean everything. I couldn't leave a big mess. I had to fix the mess before I left the room. And it was almost annoying that I couldn't just go away and leave my mess. I had to clean it. And I think that when my brain was on Ritalin, it was like those people whose houses are clean. It worked that way. And I just had to clean everything in sight. I mean, I didn't have to deep clean it, but I could see when something was out of place, and I would have to tidy it up. And I would leave every room bald. Anyway, but it's too bad that people who have a clean mind aren't able to take a pill that'll let them experience having a messy mind. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, so who I am is a very messy person. And I can try. It takes a lot of focus and concentration. But I can clean things and keep them clean. But when I get another idea, when I get a creative idea, everything else falls away. I call it the M word. My father used to say, moderation, Nancy, moderation. I hated that word. Moderation is the M word. When I get an idea, like when I used to have a huge garden, I would garden and garden and garden. I put in every seed I could find. I'd plant, well, at that time, $80 worth of seeds was like $300 or $400 worth of seeds is now. But I would plant and plant, and then I would put away, I remember putting away tomatoes. I would can and can and can. And I had like 350 jars of tomatoes. Yeah, really. I had lots of everything. And I would fill my freezer. I had two 22 cubic foot freezers, and I would fill them to the top. And we only had 2 children, and they were babies. And yet, it was all vegetables, and we went through, by the time the new crop was in, we hadn't completely finished the first crop. But anyway, what I'm saying is that Willem refers to it as big, what does he say? Not Big Nancy, but big time. So like when I get my mind on something, like birds, in May, the birds come back. They're starting to come back now, August 28th, 29th. I'm hearing a few bird songs that I don't hear except in the summer. But when the birds come back, sometimes I would just get out my bird book and I would have to learn every bird and learn every song, so I could tell every bird just from a distance. Like I can tell that bird over there that as soon as he fans his tail, I know that's a red-winged blackbird. Anyway, and then I would have to, whatever it is I'm doing, when I make birdhouses, I couldn't just make one birdhouse. I started out to make one birdhouse, maybe 2 or 3, but I ended up making 30 birdhouses because once I had the pattern going, it was so easy to just keep making them. So what I'm trying to say, who knows what I'm trying to say? It's ADHD. It's this hyperactive attention deficit. Sometimes I can't pay attention to anything, and sometimes I pay total attention to one thing. And so if I have been going around cleaning and keeping the world tidy, but then I get an idea, like I'm going to make bowls, and I don't stop till I've made 110 pottery bowls, or I'm going to make birdhouses, and I don't stop till I've made 30 birdhouses, or I'm going to put away dinners, and so I don't stop until I've put away dozens of dinners in the freezer. Anyway, so this is the way my brain is wired. And as much as I would like my brain to be wired differently, it isn't. So what I need to do is do the best I can with what I've got. And I think that knowing the difference, the importance of things. To some people, it's really important that your yard look really nice. I like it when my yard looks really nice, but my yard is full of projects. And I don't have just one project. You know, out in the yard right now, I've got the teepee under construction or reconstruction. I've got the poles going in around Everfar Labyrinth, the posts to put teacups on. and the posts going around all through the teacup trail in my perennial slope garden. And then I've got windows I'm putting in and trimming now. I'm at the point of need some drywall so I can finish this up. Anyway, the thing is that we are who we are. And clean people look at messy people and they like things all clean so that all you see is the grass. Messy people see all the posts on the ground and think, oh yes, I've got something I can do. I see clean yard and I think, oh man, there's nothing to do. This is a very boring place. But when I see things partly done, I know there's purpose for me. There's something I can do. I'm not alone, you know? I'm with my projects. Anyway, so that was my thoughts. So thank you very much for reminding me why I should keep making videos. Because I was too embarrassed about my mess after having it pointed out. Okay, love you darlings. Bye.